Okay, so hello and good afternoon. We take on Bengal FC in our last ISL home match of the season tomorrow. So before that, we have with us our head coach Cuadrat and player Nishu Kumar to take your questions. So you can begin by introducing yourselves. And Nishu, before we begin, heartiest congratulations on completing 900 ISL appearances. Okay, so who wants to start?
Hello, yeah. Yeah, coach, this is Shaurya from India, Michael. My question is that this is the match that hinges on a lot of things for your club for this season, and it is also against your former club as well. So, what are your preparations ahead of this crucial match?
Yeah, I understand that it's my former team and the first point that you say.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that is, depending on this match because of the playoff race. What are the preparations and how you are, taking?
Okay. Yeah, we don't have the time for a lot of preparations because we're playing every 3 games and we just travel back from Kerala, so there is not a lot of time. But I think that it's the 21 now, and we are fighting for a place in the playoffs. So I think it's the most important thing that the work that the guys have been putting all the season led us to be in a completely new situation for Bengal. Because it's our fourth season in Indian Super League and it's the first time that we arrive to the last 2 rounds of the competition fighting for a place in the playoffs. So I think that it's just a detail that is very important for the people who are in the club because it's a kind of rebirth finally. After some seasons that the team was not really fighting for anything, this season we can fight for titles, we can fight for a place in the playoff, and I think that it's nice that we have been giving our best home result in all the 4 seasons, or our best away result in all the 4 seasons, and so the most number of goals in a season, the less number of goals, so it means that there is something that we're creating for the future, and also we are working in new players to come to the club. We already have been doing some things about that, so I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about the end of the season, and I'm optimistic about what can we achieve in the next months.
Hi, Coach. Shota Bordo here. What we can remember that East Bengal played a few matches were very good in this ISL, and one of the matches are Bengaluru home. You mentioned that match many times in your press conferences for many reasons. One is excellent refereeing in that match, and 2 handballs was not given for penalty. And after that, is this the match a kind of revenge match, or in a crucial juncture? Is this a match of season for East Bengal? Is going to be?
No, it's not a revenge. It's just a match that both teams we are fighting for a place in the playoffs. So I think that we are going to take it as a final, the same that Bengaluru is going to take it as a final. So let's just try to do our job and to be effective. It was happening against Kerala, a difficult game, difficult weather conditions, and the players were taking good decisions in the game and were getting the result, and we hope that we can do it again tomorrow.
Hi, Coach. This is Mohan from Moscow TV. Coach, in this situation, practically how much you are hopeful for the playoffs, and how are you motivating your team for this next 2 matches?
Yeah, players are motivated. We have a nice pre-match talk before the last game where I was expressing what we need and the tactical things that we need in the match plan, because I was not going to be in the bench in the last match, and you can see in the things that they give everything. It doesn't matter that I was not in the bench. I mean, they knew how important was the game for the club. And tomorrow is going to be the same. They are going to be motivated 100% because they know that it's the end of the season that we deserve. After all the work, after all the things that we have been fighting against, it's a kind of good finish if we get that sixth position. But of course, there is still a lot of teams fighting for that, and every team for sure they they feel that they deserve it. So it's just a question of be focused in the game, in the good things that we can make to beat a difficult team like Bengal with a lot of good players, top players. And yes, we have a match plan. We are going to training now after the press conference also to make some more details and to get ready for the battle.
Very good. After the fast leg match against Bengal, do you find any changes in your opponent?
The coach is still involved, no? He's my friend, Gerard, it's just a joke. It was a long time ago, so I think that the team has been improved a lot under the new coach, and they are getting more points and they are in the fight. So it's going to be a difficult game.
Next question.
Coach, any injury status? Injury status?
We don't have Nanda, and the rest, I think that
Saul Mandar, Saul and Mandar.
Saul, Mandar, Nunga, they're ready. Yeah.
Okay, now we'll take questions for Nishu. So, was a question for Nishu? Okay, Julie.
Nishu, first of all, congratulations for your 100 match. I think, how difficult for you to stop Shonri for tomorrow's match?
So it's always same, I have played against him before also. So he's very clever player, and he's a very experienced. So it will be difficult, but as a full back, I have to show him whatever it takes. So I am ready for that.
Okay, we'll two questions for Nishu and then we'll come back to coach. So, any more questions for Nishu?
Yeah, Nishu, it's last match against Kerala, it was one of your old teams again, and this time again Bengaluru, where it all started for you. So how personally you are motivated to perform well, because it depends a lot for your club as well, for your current club, because if you guys win, then you have a chance still for the playoffs, and you being such an important part of the team. So how are you motivating yourself and your teammates?
The last two games, it's very important for us to win. And last game we won, so everyone is positive. And I'm very positive. And as you said, it's a very important game for us. So I know Bengal FC, they are playing really good. They have good players, but at the same time, we are ready, and we need that 3 points tomorrow. So we don't need motivation actually. Everyone is already motivated for the tomorrow's game. So I'm excited to play tomorrow's game.
He was very nice missing 2 goals against Cuadrat because he has a big hair, but they say that tomorrow he has a shot.
Coach, one question I want to ask that in this season you have started in a positive note. You reached the Judan Cup final, you won the Super Cup, and after winning the Super Cups, but your team's performance is very low. It's an inconsistency. So what is the reason behind it? What is the turning point of this inconsistency?
Do you have time? You want me to explain the reasons? Because there is a lot of reasons there. Come on, you saw the performance of Victor, for example, last match, no?
Yeah.
But he needs time to get fit when he arrives, and he has to play 90 minutes for a lot of games without being ready. So it's only a small example of the big things that happen during a season. So it's not all excuses. In my first conference at the starting of the season, I was saying you that we are going to work, that we are not going to find excuses. We are trying to deliver results. And also you were asking me about if we are going to finish in the playoffs. And I say that I don't want to say that we have to see what's going to happen during the season to know the real chances that we have to win the playoff. So I have to say that I'm happy to be here now in front of the 21st game of the Indian Super League with real chances to be in the playoff. So it means that after all the season we have been in positions that we never have lost that sensation that we can reach the playoff. And at the same time, we have been into finals and we have been winning one final. So it means that in a very difficult season, in a club that we know that was struggling a lot in the last seasons, I think that we have got things happening and we have got that the plan more or less have been working for us because we always have been competing. Even the games that we have been losing, like last 4 matches here, it looks that, half time 0-3, but we won the second half 1-0. What I mean is that we get close to the result again. So what I mean is that if you see, it's Indian football, Indian Super League is very emotional. There is a lot of things happening. There is penalties in the last moment. There is red cards. Kerala the other day, 2 red cards. Things happen. But in our team, I think that we always have been very clear that we have a match plan, and sometimes you get a little bit more lucky, not so lucky. There is moments of the season that you can change the dynamic, and you get that power. So we have been suffering, not that dynamic, in continuation in Indian Super League. It has been happening in Durand Cup, that we have been winning 4 games in a row. It has been happening in Super Cup, that we have been winning 5 games in a row. But in Indian Super League, 4th season that we are in the competition, and never have been 2 wins in a row, never, for that club, never. So if we win tomorrow, it will be the first time. So we know that. We know how difficult have been until now for the team. So we are trying to change things. Unfortunately, football is a question of little details, small details. And in Chancepool, for example, if we score the one against the keeper with my age or the Vishu having in the post, it's 0-2 and it's game over. But that moment took for us that maybe from the victory the game before in Hyderabad, we get the second win in a row, suddenly it gets breaks because we concede the 1-1, and in the 95 minute, a very strange fault against us becomes the 1-2, the 2-1 for Jamshedpur. So that's my explanation about that. The inconsistency has not been in the performance, has been in the small things that happen that change one dynamic to the positive way or to the negative way. But I'm really happy that even so many moments that it looks that we are out, now we are playing at home in front of our crowd and getting a win. We are going to put a lot of pressure to our contenders for the last game. So it's a very special situation. I think that we have been playing finals this season, like the one in Bhubaneswar, and now we have a final at home again in front of our supporters. So I expect that they come here with a lot of numbers and they support us, because we really feel that when we have the people behind our red and gold brigade, we really enjoy the game and the players give an extra. And tomorrow is a great opportunity to finally break that bad record, not to win two games in a row in Indian Super League. We have a golden opportunity and we have to give everything to make it possible.
Another thing you wanted to bring back in your team, that the club's never say die attitude. Before the last 2 matches is remaining, do you think it is bad? It has been injected in your team, but you are able to inject in your team that never say die attitude?
Honestly, I can see that in every game. I can see that we have been struggling in some moments, and you see that the players have been keeping believing in the team, believing what we're doing, going for the game, and we have been getting some results in moments that, wow. For example, the final of Super Cup, it was difficult when we get the 2-2 in the 97 minute in the pitch of our opponent. Then we get the red card of Saudi. It's a difficult moments, and we get the trophy in Bhubaneswar, in front of the audition supporters. So it has been there. It has been there. Also the last match at home, it was very easy at that moment to say it's not our game. And the 0-3 can become 0-5, 0-6, you never know what can happen in football. And the team was very close to score the second goal. With the second goal, I'm sure that we can make a historical result. But we have to understand football is like this. Now we are in another different situation in front of a game that I think that both teams are in a strong mental position. So I think that we have to try to control the mental things of the game and try to get the result.
Yeah, regarding Mahesh, he was struggling in the last few matches. He was not scoring goals. He was playing well but not scoring goals. Sometimes it takes a toll on the player because he was not playing a lot of minutes for India as well in the recent Afghanistan matches. But did you have a talk with him because he's played extremely well in the last match, scored 2 goals? Did you have any input? Did you have any talk with him regarding those?
Yeah, Mahesh is a talented player. We are very happy with Mahesh because he can give something different to the team. Because of some game situations, he has been to play some games as number 10, to help the team from the center. I think that he has been playing very well in some games in that position. For example, the 2-2 game against Mohammed Bagan, I think that he was the best player in the pitch in that game, in that number 10 position, because we have to change Saul, if you remember, so we put him inside. But of course, the performance can be different inside to side. So finally, last match he was playing outside with the other team with less players also, so it was more easy for him to arrive to the box from that weaker position, and he was scoring. So there is, I talk a lot with him, but I talk a lot with all the players. I think that we don't have to point any special attention now. He's doing his job. We are very happy with him, and we trust that he can perform well the next games that we are in the competition.
Coach, one last question.
Coach, you always mention about building young players and putting them in a crucial match in difficult situations, how to protect them. You continuously said that, and we saw the entire season. You protected your young talents, and last match you put Aman on that crucial moment, and he performed very well. And there are many questions about why you are not putting Mohitosh in the squad. And at the end of the season, we saw that Mohitosh is also in the squad. Do you want to say anything about that to address this issue?
No, we are mentoring young players. We are behind them, we are supporting them, and just is to choose the right moment for them to perform. I'm happy what the young guys are doing, but it's not easy, of course, because there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of new situations for them, and they have not been playing in front of 50,000 people a lot of times. So sometimes you take a risk. If you see one match, they change Vishnu and Sayan in the half time, and the first 2 chances were for Mohammed. So if they score, and one very clear chance was in the position of Sayan. So if they score, maybe it's 0-4, maybe the player is going down, maybe, it's difficult to get him up. So you as a coach take risk, but of course if you want to have a long career as a football player, you have to take the decisions for them in a way that they are protected. That there is more than to win than to lose. And I think that it's happening the same with all of them and Maitosh. So it's a good talent that we are taking care of him, and he will be tomorrow in the list of players, and maybe he has the opportunity to play. That's it.
Thank you everyone. Thank you, Coach and Nishu. If you can stand, please, a background for